that's what AI should be used for. Things that like
helping you create,
not doing it for you.
A lot of people are accusing Drake Bell's new song of being AI. Did you hear that? The Ocean song. It's very corny. Like some of the words he uses in the vocabulary, I just don't think a human like comes up with that. I'll have Scott play when he gets here.
I've heard Katy Perry too. I've heard some of hers. Like it's just so like, is this a song?
Yeah.
Did you, a human, write this?
I like to think about those ones that are on like Instagram. It's like there's like a country one. I know you guys have seen it, Country AI or whatever.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're a little. Some of them are bad, but they're very funny.
I saw one video. It was like a guy used AI for Pantera, but like cruise rock. So they changed like the genre, but like still the same like instruments and voicings. Yeah. It's not. And then like, it's crazy. It's like when you post a video anymore, you have to click and check a bunch of like signatures that you didn't use any altered content. It's either with AI or you have to say it's without AI. I guess there's so much stuff going around that probably half the stuff we see, we just don't even know it's just AI.
We're okay. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. As she chugs her water behind the desk.
10 String Tavern, episode 51. Welcome in Rachel and Kaydon. Thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate you guys coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Representatives of the Waterfront Hall in Wheeling. And the band that you guys are in together, is it Company Caravan?
Yes.
Yes, okay, because
yes.
You're in two, right?
I think just one at the moment.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Like, is there another?
Okay.
Yeah, Company Caravan's our main band, and then we both will do like side projects.
Yeah.
You know, here and there.
Okay. Because I looked you guys up. I saw the music video you guys had upstairs at the hall.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so beautiful up there that it was perfect for that music video.
Yeah. I mean, we're very, 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 very fortunate that we were able to like use that space. It turned out really cool.
We had just came back from a kayaking adventure that whole day. We were out on the Wheeling Creek for like 7 hours. And then
absolutely exhausted. I mean, Rachel and I are just like river rats, like absolutely pulling up into Waterfront Hall. Derek, my husband, the one who mixed and mastered our song up there, was just like, we're dripping in sweat. And he's like bringing in all of the recording equipment and everything. It was a wild afternoon.
Plus you're like sore with like muscles you normally don't use like every day, especially beginning of season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then you kind of kayak and swimming the first time you get in the water. Then afterwards, like, man, I haven't used these muscles probably since last year.
It's the next day for me.
Yeah.
Like I'll feel it the next day for sure. But then after that, like I felt it. It wasn't even just from kayaking. It's like because we were so exhausted, we had to like overuse our musical muscles in order to like get this. At least for like, I know me in singing that day, my voice was so tired. And like I could feel my diaphragm the next day just like.
And you put everything into your singing too. So you usually don't hold back at all.
No.
Yeah.
I hate doing that. I won't hold back.
So how did you guys get linked up and how did you guys start the band and your style and who else is
I feel like I will just keep talking, so I'm going to let Rachel can start this one.
One day back in probably 2015, whenever I was delivering pizza for Domino's on my slib, and I rolled up to a tattoo party and met Kaydon and Derek, who were not married at the time, and they were like, hey, don't you play bass? We should start a band. And then, like, you know, things happened. We played for a minute together. I was doing teaching stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then fast forward 10 years and here we are.
I guess I messaged her. I used to sing with Tongue in Cheek, the local 80s hair metal cover band. Great guys. Love them. Loved the songs that I sang. It was so much fun. But I was like missing something. There was like, I had an itch that needed to be scratched and it was writing. I wanted to like write and like start my own band. I had never done it before. Being in all of the previous bands that I've been in though, gave me the confidence to like start this thing. It's always easy to join in a band where everything's already established. They have their merchandise, their PR, everything like that. It's easier to walk into something like that. It's way harder to start your own band. Like you're starting your own business. So I finally got the confidence to do that. Rachel was the first and only bass player that I thought of. I was like, girl, she's going with me. And yeah, she was in, and it was it. I was like, yes, this is what we're gonna do. Our drummer Ethan, I've known Ethan since kindergarten, and have been picking at him for many, many, many years to do this.
Yeah.
But it's hard to like be like, okay, yes, I'm going to actually dedicate my time and myself, my talent to this thing. And music is a lot. Like you really have to take the time out to, like I said, dedicate it. And we finally figured it out 30 years later, but I'm glad we're here.
Yeah,
I'm glad
it's
we're here.
a lot of little things too. It's like, a logo has to be made. Like, all the sites have to be made.
And agreeing on all the things. Don't even get me started on coming to the band name, Company Caravan. That took months. Months and months. Our guitar
still up in
player.
the air a little bit.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep it. Jacob, we're keeping it.
Now, the other members, did you reach out to people or did you work with the members before in different bands?
So I met Jacob Carpenter, actually, our guitar player. I've known him since middle school. So we used to play in orchestra together. We can both play the violin. And so I've known him since middle school, basically.
Yeah.
And he and I were in a project before this called Kaydon and the Kingsmen. Okay. And that was with, it was just me, my husband, Derek, and Jacob. And it was just like a little 3-piece, but I feel like it was my fault. Like I didn't have the drive or like the confidence back then to really explode it and like make it be what it was. Like I had other priorities. I had other things on my mind. And yeah, I guess I really needed to turn 30 for like everything to like really be like, listen, you're 30. Let's get something.
30, you really feel like you're in control. Like when you kind of get a sense of like how much you have left, how much like time you've been here. Like what's big for me is like my dad had me when he was 30 and I had my oldest when I was 30. So like I had this moment, I'm like, oh, okay, so all the moments my dad had leading up to my life, I've had already. And now all the moments he's had from then till now, I've seen. I'm just like, oh no. Like, it's our floating through space.
It gets, you get put in a really weird place. And you're like, oh, okay, flick the switch. Yeah. And I think that's what happened. So I feel badly about like previous bands and everything, but I'm really happy with where we are right now. I'm so excited. We get along really well.
Whenever we got Jacob into the band though, like I had Jacob previously and we love to play the Chili Peppers together. Not to brag, but we're kind of unmatched at playing the Chili Peppers.
They're not lying.
He's in Zane Run currently, and then he was also in a band called Tenpenny at the time.
He had long hair?
Yes. He's got long hair,
I've seen I played with him a couple months ago. I didn't know who he was. Okay.
But he specifically said, no, I'm not joining another band. He had no interest. He was not. But then me, Kaydon, and Ethan got together and we were like, no, Jacob's in our band. So we just peer pressured him into being in our band.
We basically told him, we were like, no, you're already in our band.
Nice.
You have to. Nice. Like we've already decided and we voted and you lost. But actually you win.
Well, I was going to say, going back to like previous bands, especially like the bands that like you have to play the hits. Unless you're super into that genre, you're scratching an itch for everybody else but yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes like you hit a point, you're like, okay, now I have to do stuff that like I work on at home by myself. I no longer want to be like, hey, you want this gig? Here's a set list. And it's all like just these new songs I want to hear once on the radio. Like, no, I put too much time into the songs I want to make sound good just to,
that was the big thing, like coming into this band too. Like I wanted everybody I wanted to play songs that we loved. Mm-hmm. I don't want there to be like any exclusion in genre, although we are heavily, not heavy rock and roll, but we are heavily like genred in rock and roll. How would you even say that? You know what I mean? Like we play a little bit of everything, but like rock and roll is our main influence, I think.
It's your cadence. It's how like everybody kind of plays a little bit. Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, we can go off tempo. We want to play like pop stuff and make it kind of like our own in that way. So
Yeah.
It was very important for us I want to play things that we love, that are going to like scratch that itch that you were talking about, like 100%. If it doesn't bring you joy, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
So we do want to make everybody else happy too when we're playing, so.
Come on in, buddy. I'll cut you in. All right. This is Scott, my co-host.
Hello, Scott.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Rich Investments Group. Attention investors, looking for a secure way to grow your wealth? Rich Investments Group, based right here in St. Clairsville, Ohio, is offering an incredible opportunity. Their private lenders earn returns up to 3 times higher than a typical CD. And the best part, your investment is backed by the property's mortgage. That means real, tangible security. Rich Investments Group prioritizes transparency, communication, and delivering industry-leading ROI. It's time to put your money to work for you. Don't miss out on this chance to grow your wealth securely with Rich Investments Group. And visit their website, richinvestmentsgroup.com, today to learn more. And if you actually go back to episode 20, you can kind of meet Jordan and Eric, the creators of the company, and see all like the services they offer and their business model and plan. They also offer free seminars if you want to get into real estate yourself. It's just an incredible company to look into. That's Rich Investments Group.
Absolutely.
All right.
I appreciate it, and you're reprimanded, so we're even.
Does this go on my permanent record?
Well, you were just talking about Company Caravan and a music video that they made upstairs at the Waterfront Hall.
Oh, nice.
And speaking of the Waterfront Hall, what's the next big thing? What's the next big thing you guys got coming up?
Well,
This week is jam night.
We have jam night on Thursday, open mic jam night, hosted by Jan of Ohio Valley Gigs.
Thank you, Jan.
Shout out, Jan.
And then next weekend, I think we're looking at the
There's a
27th.
gnome band.
There's a band called Mr. Gnome. They're like a psychedelic rock, sort of. And then also Mr. James, they're a local band.
Mm-hmm.
They have a show, and then we have, what's the day after that? I think it's Sam Jamwich.
I think that's right, too. Yeah.
And they are a jam band.
Jam band. We love a jam band at Waterfront Hall.
You guys have so many different genres coming in constantly. I envy that. It's very fresh too.
It's really cool.
Absolutely. And it stinks because I know I want to get down there more, and I never do.
We'll be down there October 25th.
25th, yeah, we're gonna light it up. So
We cannot wait to have you guys.
bring
That'd be so good.
bring your favorite karaoke songs, and
A lot of people are asking us how it works.
Yeah.
And so if I could just put it in like a basic thing, it's like almost like halfway point between karaoke and jam night. So what it'd be, it's like if you're a karaoke singer,
It's really so cool.
we have a TV screen that'll have your words, and then our monitors that we hear are the karaoke track. But through the fronts, you hear the musicians and the singer. So once on the stage, it's karaoke. Outside the stage, somebody's leading their own band.
That is so cool.
And it kind of gives people like that, those karaoke singers a boost. And then sometimes they'll say, hey, I have this 4-chord song. Could we sing it without the track? We kind of like ease people into actually playing with a group.
It's so much better, like from experience of karaokeing. I'm not a huge karaoke person. I don't like to but if you're gonna karaoke, or if you're gonna, let's just say singing in general, it is so much more fun to sing with a band than it is to just like do something. The energy that you're gonna get from everybody around you, the audience, it's not just you there, so you're not carrying all of that energy. You get to like share it with everybody else, and they build you up. Like, it's so cool.
And
That's
even,
such a cool idea.
To make a mistake and look over somebody like, whoops, you're going together.
That sounds like such a fun challenge too, like for you guys. Like
maybe
you've heard this song once, maybe you've heard it a bunch, maybe you've never heard it. But
there's
play it.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, not so much him. You could literally say, here's a song he's never heard it before in his life, but he plays lead like he did the album full like European tour. He's just I can't. Honestly, he's he's the best guitar player I've ever personally seen, and I'm blessed.
It'll make me blush.
We get to do
Yeah, he's
shows
got rosy
together.
cheeks back here.
However, for me, it has been it's thank God for apps, because you bring up a song, we do it both on our apps and pull up sheet music, and I'm like, okay. But it's easy, like if you've heard a song, you're like, okay, I know how. There's been a couple times I never heard that song before in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm like kind of going through, I'm listening to what he's playing, kind of how the song's going, and I'm like, okay, I've faked it so many times on that stage, and I am not ashamed to say it.
You'll see me a couple times look at him and be like, 2 up, or like something like change the key or
Yeah,
something.
he's like half step down. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's so impressive that you guys are able to do that, though. Like, there's a ton of musicians that, like, I mean, even, like, myself included, like, I don't want to, like, put my brain would, like, it would hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's learning something on the fly like that is very, very difficult for
Yeah. And I will say,
instruments.
hands down, it absolutely has made me a much better bass player.
Definitely.
Because of the fact of knowing progressions, because I don't know music theory. I don't know a lot of stuff. I just know by ear. And so that has made me a better bass player so I can play live with other people. And what's funny is we do this, and I want to come to jam night at the Waterfront, and I am scared to death to do it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
do.
I'm going to get up there and look like a fool. And
It's what you do.
I promise you won't.
Yeah, you would kill it.
Literally,
So-
everybody there, everyone's so accommodating and welcoming and supportive. There have been people that have gotten up on stage for the first time and just like absolutely rocked it.
Yeah.
Support from the audience. Like, yes, you could do it. Do it.
yeah.
I'm going to force you guys to come down and do it before the 25th.
My youngest just turned 1. I'm kind of out of baby jail now, so like now my evenings are being freed up.
Very nice.
Everybody's asking me like, you always have us on, but when you coming out to something? I'm like, when I can get a night's sleep. I'm in sleep regression now for like 2 weeks.
Oh, it's the
It
worst.
is the worst.
And I've even had people ask, like, because when we first started out with 2x4s, we played a good bit, and then it kind of toned down, and some people were like, how come you guys aren't playing no more? I'm like, toddlers.
100%. Like, that's the only answer you need to provide.
We got Mimi and Pop that take the girls if they want to go do something, or if they have the girls, and so we can't get it to where like we're all going at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it's hard.
and I think you guys have a sitter for the 25th, so even the missus gets to come
Oh,
and
yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Oh. Very rare,
For
yeah.
the first time in a while. And
Tell her to find one of us. We'll give her first beer on us.
Nice.
Mother's night out.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll let her know.
That'd be great.
Appreciate it. So, Company Caravan, when's your next date?
October 4th.
Oh, nice. Okay, coming up.
We're going to be at the PAP Club in Wheeling. Is that South Wheeling?
I think it is South Wheeling. When I looked it up, it seemed
Almost
like...
Benwood.
Yeah.
The PAP Club, the Polish American Patriots
Okay,
Club. It's
okay.
normally like a members thing, but when they have bands, it's open to the public. So everyone's allowed to go.
Okay.
Please come. And then the one after that is going to be October 18th, and we're going to be at the Silver Rail Bar and Grill.
Okay.
Also in
That's another one where you can see
That's
a
really
variety of
sweet.
music. You see everybody playing
Yes.
down there. Yeah.
yeah, they have really been killing it.
Yeah, bless Jason Burge.
Yes,
Does all
Jason.
their booking. He's a cool guy.
So cool, so chill, easy to talk to. Makes incredible flyers for the events. It's so cool. We're very blessed, honestly, to be literally like I was just thinking about this on our way over here. We've only been really a band for a year ish now, and I mean, I feel like it's kind of taken off a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it's going a lot faster, honestly, than I thought it would. But again, maybe that's just having the confidence and the drive to like just keep it going.
The timing's there too, because we were just at the Capitol a couple of days ago and looking up and down the main street thinking like it's opening up. Like, it looks beautiful now.
Maybe it is perfect timing.
And it is funny, though, because how you guys were just saying, like, we're in our 30s now. So it's like, when you imagine getting famous, it's usually when you're like 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yes.
like, well, maybe we can get famous now that we're like 32.
I think 30's the new 18. Like,
Yeah.
I think 30's the new 18. And I think maybe I'm getting a little bit more confidence sitting here, like talking to you guys. But I don't know. I'm excited.
I just had way too much fun when I wasn't famous. I couldn't imagine what I would do if I was.
Oh, I know.
21.
Yeah.
Like,
There's just no chance. Yeah.
Start a fight with the sound guy.
yeah.
And then I mean, I don't know what the new 50 is, but I don't know, 45, I don't know.
37.
30.
I know that like I said, same thing. You always even when I was a kid, you'd stand in front of the mirror and, air guitar, air drum, everything under the sun, and, like thinking like if I could go on a tour, would I be able to do it? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I don't have that. I don't have, like, I'd love to play every night. I would play every night, but I don't know about sleeping on a bus.
It was hard.
Yeah.
I was a top bunk because I was the youngest guy that had to climb up there.
I don't know what orientation has to do with it,
Top
but
bunk be the
proud
way
of
to
you.
go. I feel like top bunk is always priority
But
bunk.
like one wall is a curtain. So you think, man, if there's a hard right or a hard left,
Oh, you're
and
down.
I'm out.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Did that ever happen?
No,
Okay,
no, because I
you're
didn't
good
really
then.
sleep that much when I was like on the bunk. If it was empty, I would get like the couch or something. But yeah, that bunk. One time I was super hungover. Got on the bus in the morning. I didn't want to talk to anybody, so I closed my curtain and watched the Godzilla movie like 3 times in a row on my way back Indiana.
Oh,
It was miserable.
that sounds so.
There's like a little
So
flat screen
fun.
to unfold down.
And plus, I absolutely. I mean, I'd have to really have faith in a driver because all I keep vigilant is like
Potholes.
Cliff Burton.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
bus driver falling asleep and next
Oh
thing.
yeah.
But I'd have to trust the hell whoever was sitting behind that wheel.
Doug,
Yeah.
when Doug was driving, it was like coming back from a country concert. It was Power Man 5000 full blast like on 70.
Whatever,
back there.
man. Yeah, I can put earplugs in. You listen. I don't care if it's that yodeling stuff from Mars Attacks. If that's what keeps you going, then God bless you.
Absolutely. Derek, my husband, would have to like listen to like screaming people to like stay awake.
Yeah.
Coming from he has a band down in Ripley called Riptown Riot, and so he'll travel weekends sometimes, but they'll practice until like 10 p.m. But he'll want to come home and he's tired, exhausted. So like he will put absolutely the heaviest metal he possibly can and just like he will scream with them too, like with the band that's playing on the radio to get himself to stay awake on his way back home. So everybody's got their thing.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I will fall asleep. Don't ever, ever, ever. I cannot drive the thing. I'll fall
Right.
asleep.
I'm,
Hands down.
I'm okay if I'm driving and there's, like I said, I can either A, have the windows down and I can just sing, or there's somebody talking to me.
Yeah.
But if it's
Hi.
just quiet and it's, forget it.
I'm
the
asleep
worst.
in the passenger side.
Yeah, I'm the worst passenger too.
I am.
don't care.
Oh, yeah.
We could go from our house to here. If Amy's driving, I'll be asleep before we hit
Yep.
Dollar General.
Very tired. It's exhausting. I'm with you. I can't do
I'm
that.
the worst. I'm the worst passenger ever.
I am too. When my husband listens back to this, he's just going to be like, yep,
Correct.
that is correct.
I wanted to shout out the hall the day, where were we at the Capitol? Saturday?
Yeah.
Saturday. Our wives run a decoration rental company, and they had a wedding down the Capitol. So Kaylee brought me home a burger from Avenue Eats, and I've always been a proponent of like if a burger's over $12, it's not worth it. But I just had the plain burger. It was just lettuce and diced onions. I'll tell you what, I was like, this is
Worth it.
This is it. This
Worth
is
it.
it. This is it. Made
It's
me
so
feel
good.
good. Yeah.
They get their meat from Jacob and
yeah.
Sons
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
over
that's my
here in
go-to.
Ferry. Yep. Absolutely delicious.
And then you guys got the wood-fired pizza
Yeah.
too.
So good. What was their rating that Portnoy just gave them? 7.4, is that right?
Something like
Six?
six. Yeah,
7.6.
7.6.
I didn't know Portnoy went
You
down.
He went
Yeah.
down for rough and rowdy, yeah.
Oh.
Because some guy was like, I would have gave it a 7.7. Somebody like from Wheeling yelled it to him, but yeah, 7.6. He loved it.
I guess he walked away and was like, you know what? I think I rated him too low. It should have been an 8.2. So I'm putting that in the ether, Vance and
Oh, man.
Tiff.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
that's it. That's it. I know he destroyed the Carlos.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't get a very good.
Well, when
You got to be from Wheeling, honestly, to really appreciate, or the Ohio
Well,
Valley.
we've
I
had this
apologize.
discussion on here a number of times. No two DeCarlos are the same.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Like, especially like even the ones in Steubenville. There's one on the west end and the east end. They're completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I personally, I love DeCarlo's Pizza. I don't like the one in Wheeling.
Which one?
The one
Main
right-
Street?
yeah, the one right by.
I think it's
behind you guys.
good, man.
I think it depends on the
I
baker,
like it.
too.
It could be. I don't know. It's just it's off. It's never.
There's
been,
something with the crust.
Mm-hmm.
It's something with for me. It's something with the crust.
I like, as long as you get a bunch of toppings on there, I'm happy with it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely happy.
Well, I think
I'm
probably
with
the
it.
couple times that I've got it was the crust. It was like soggy. It's never like
Yeah.
It has to be that crispy
It was like flavorless, honestly.
Yeah, and so
And it's not every
it might have
time,
just-
DeCarlos.
yeah,
I
it might
still,
have
we
just
love
been-
you.
Yeah.
Company Caravan supports DeCarlos. We support you.
They're gonna cancel our band.
No,
Don't do it.
no, don't, because that's just my own opinion. Don't take it out. Don't take it out on the band. But
I think they know, though. I think they know about DeCarlos. DeCarlos knows about DeCarlos.
And they probably think, oh,
You know?
you like either like it or you don't. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like we've been here long enough. If you like our pizza,
They're
you know,
still
they know
around, so that's
customers.
saying something.
the first time I took, I don't know if you guys, since you guys are down this way, out in Wintersville was Janimore's. Same thing, square cold cheese pizza. And if you grew up in Wintersville, that was the go-to. That was better than everybody else's. I still hold that to this day. However, my wife is from Columbus, so I took her to my favorite pizza shop, and I'm like, "How many pieces do you want?" She was like, "I don't know, just get a what's in a small, what's in a." I'm like, "No, you order it by the slice." She's just looking at me like I got a third nostril, and
Like, what do you
they
mean?
call her name. I go up, she opened it up, and she literally, it was like the littering ending. There was one little tear that just, she's like, "What am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with this hair?"
Yeah.
You need leftovers.
Yeah, she was like, "Why is it cheap? It's cold. Why, what?"
The first time, maybe it's a little different, but then like it does grow on you.
Yeah, she does. She
I
likes
love it. I love to like bite into and then hear the
Yeah.
crunch
Yeah.
of the crust underneath.
This within the first like 10 minutes when it's like a cracker
Oh
still.
yeah, that's my favorite. I'm hungry now, guys. I might need a DeCarlos pizza today.
So, question.
Wood fired pizza.
Yeah.
You
I
need a
get wood
pizza.
fire almost every day of my
Oh,
life.
do you?
Oh yeah, we support
I bet.
them
I
to the
bet.
fullest.
What's your go-to there?
Buffalo chicken or a flying pig.
Flying pig, or
Flying
buffalo
pig.
chicken.
What's the
Same.
flying pig?
Pepperoni, cheese, hot honey garlic, and the pepperoni's like nice and crispy. I think they put extra on there.
I think it is.
Or
Yeah,
hot honey,
good.
not
Hot
hot
honey.
garlic. Yeah,
it's their hot
sounds
honey
good.
for me.
That
Get it with
sounds really good.
everything.
so good.
Oh, I'm hungry.
So, question for fellow musicians: favorite concert you ever went to?
My gosh, there's so many. So I am a big Greta Van Fleet fan. Big Greta Van Fleet fan. In the concert that we just went to, I can't remember if it was the Cleveland one or the Pittsburgh. I think it was Pittsburgh. It was magical. Oh, it was so good. It was absolutely amazing. What you hear on the album is what you hear live. And it's better live. Like they put on the show, like they come into the audience is so good. But also I've seen Paul McCartney live, and that was just mine. Like Paul
Yeah.
McCartney was in the same room
That
as
was
it was
going to be
Paul
my
McCartney.
answer too. Was Paul McCartney because I saw him in Baltimore a few years ago, and it was like, that's a Beatle.
It's
That's a Beatle.
Yes.
Like-
The guy does not take a break. He doesn't.
right.
He goes for 4 hours. I don't think I saw him take a sip of water the whole time. And I was locked, man. Like
Yeah.
I remember. But yeah, those
tough, yeah.
two really, 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 really. Oh my gosh! And you guys you're gonna laugh at me, but I've always been a really big Jonas Brothers fan.
Oh, yeah?
Also,
Listen, I've seen them live twice.
they're so good.
I also I have a daughter. It's not like I'm just going out there and jumping into Jonas Brothers.
Don't let him lie to you. He was with us.
Following the Disney bus.
But their Happiness Begins tour was so awesome because they incorporated their new album after they had broken up for years. They incorporated all of their whole new album, and then they took it back and like redid all of their like the old album stuff. Like, and it was like this moment of nostalgia. And me and my little sister, we were just like, it was so good.
So just for the record, you said Greta Van Fleet,
Yes, sir.
Sir Paul McCartney.
In no
Brothers.
particular order.
Trinity.
Yes. In no particular order.
What about yours?
That's really tough because Paul McCartney, magical. I've seen the Chili Peppers like 4 times, but I think the second time that I saw them was one of my favorite concerts ever because it was just like the atmosphere was right. I was with one of my best friends ever, like her name is Lindsay, and just it was a magical night. But that was 1 out of 4 times, so I mean it was just like, it was just a special night. And also, I love Streetlight Manifesto, and I saw them last year, and they were really good at the Agora where you were just at.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I saw Sierra Farrell. I kind of saw Sierra Farrell last night. Or Sunday.
Kind of saw her.
Yeah, let me explain. So we go up with the goodest of intentions. Really start out, we eat, everything's good. Fast forward, we may have had a little bit too much to drink and needed to leave. So in the Agora, the above balcony is like basically a 90-degree angle for stairs. I am intoxicated. I am spinning. My head is like I'm seeing Sierra Farrell's like going double. Like she's going back and forth like this. So I'm like, I can't be here anymore. So I had to walk down. So I got to see like 4 songs that she did, which was great. She's wonderful. I love her. She's from West Virginia. I look up to her so much. She's an insanely talented musician, singer, songwriter. So I'm really bummed that like I was only able to like really like comprehend maybe one of the songs.
Yeah.
Saw 4 of them. Anyway, left the theater, went to the bathroom, had to do a little heave-ho, and then walked outside. I was like, I cannot be here anymore. I have
that's a
to
good
get
decision.
out. And then the theater was no re-entry. So we weren't allowed to go back in after that.
See, that's a wise 30 decision instead of like 20. You'd be like, I'm gonna sneak on a tour bus and like, I'll be at her next show.
No, there would have been some upchuck in her tour bus if I would have made it that way. It was fun though. We had a good time.
Sounds like
Rachel and I were talking about this before anybody else got here. Did you see the Jane's Addiction fight? You can't really call it a fight.
Did you hear about this?
No.
Yeah. Can you bring this up? Because I wanted to. Because have you seen the whole video yet?
No, I just saw like a little bit of it, and I didn't really know what was happening. So I was like, okay, I'll come back to this. But
they did a reunion, and I think the reunion's done and over with. I mean, it was everywhere because probably my 2 main algorithms are fights and music. They just
well, you know,
they fought each other.
Why? Perry Farrell. If you see the video, he takes 2 ineffective swings at Dave Navarro, but the rest of the band grab Perry, and you can see one of them hit him in the stomach like twice. 2 real good shots.
We have to watch the commercial first.
WVU medicine.
Hello, Dr. Ron Sismondo.
I'm skipping that. We can't have audio on it anyway, but so he hits him with his shoulder.
I wonder why. Whoa. How old are these guys now, honestly?
So they would be coming up with the Chili Peppers same timeline.
Dave Navarro.
Now right here, watch this guy. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
And I guess according to Farrell's wife, he said that night in, night out, he was complaining that there was way too much stage volume. He couldn't hear himself sing, and he could just hear the band, and it was way too loud. But like, I would just wonder because like he has in-ears on right there,
right?
And there's like floor monitors right in front of him. If you were on a tour, like us as musicians, wouldn't you go up to somebody and be like, hey, you know, maybe I don't need floor monitors, or maybe can you turn it down, or maybe just put them up real loud in theirs?
Yeah, why? I don't know why he's going after
There's an easy fix for that. All you have to do is communicate that.
Oh, wouldn't that be just the greatest?
Why you going after your lead guitar player?
Right.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why are you going after the guitar player?
It's like he's playing too loud. He has no control over his amp right now. He has no control over his channel.
Well, listen, I said from the get-go that, I'm sorry, Perry Farrell's been riding Navarro's coattails since Jane Addiction. I think, but then again, I'm a big fan of Dave Navarro. But
Perry is heartbroken at his actions and feels like he let his fans, well, you probably did a little bit, buddy.
I mean, he's got pretty big in-ears right there, and
Wow.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
He was a wrestler forever.
That's what I was going to say.
Right,
Cauliflower.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I'm not a Perry Farrell fan. I wish Dave would have just, beat the snot out of it. But if you look at both of them combined, that was, what do you figure that was? The 98-pound weight class?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they looked like they could break in half at any second. Like, that shoulder jab, man. He was not happy.
Yeah, they would have been the same time as Chili Peppers coming up, because Dave was actually in there for a while.
Yeah.
I saw Chili Peppers at the Shawtestein a few years ago, but it wasn't with Frusciante. And I was kind of bummed. It was the Klinghoffer, I think.
Yeah.
Klingenhofer. It wasn't bad, but I just wish he was.
Yeah, I saw him at Star Lake one year, but I don't know. You might be the same way as a bass player. I was either looking at Flea or Chad playing drums. I mean, that was that's
Flea.
who I focus on, because that's my two instruments. But
Please
just
gonna hear this, Rach.
watch.
Oh, I hope Flea does hear this.
Watch.
I'll tag him.
We're gonna tag him.
Watching Flea live is just.
He's 62 and still moving the same way.
That is wild.
He
Yeah.
broke his arm a few years back in a skiing accident and had a cast on it for so long, and then he just got right back into it, as he does.
As
Just,
one
his
would.
background is like impressive. I mean, he started out playing jazz trumpet,
Yeah.
and where he progressed. But I mean, just I wish I had this much of his talent, because he just. But then again, I can't. I want to play slap so bad that I can't ever do it. I just,
Do you play slap? You got pick.
I slap occasionally.
Okay.
I'll slap. You can slap. You can slap. You just gotta hit it.
There's a couple songs. As long as it's the E string, I got it. Other than that, forget it. I look like it's Make-A-Wish Foundation. It was my day to meet the band, and they handed it to me. It's bad.
I feel like that's kind of the fun part about bass. So it's like there's not really a lot of like this is the correct slap technique. Like whatever sounds the best. Like just did it.
That's why I bought a pedal that makes it sound like a slap.
Oh man.
Can't do it, cheat.
They make everything. They literally make everything.
I just got a new pedal, and I'm just like entering the realm of pedals because I don't have a whole lot. But it's that Big Muff. Is it? Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, Big Muff, like pie or something. Yeah.
I bought a pedal that has it's got like 54 presets, so you can go through and do anything and everything. But I've only played with a little bit on. Well, actually, when we did 2x4s on a couple of songs, I did.
That's a good
little
thing.
funk.
Yeah, it's such a good thing to have for
Little
that.
funk pedal on it, but other than that,
This is the first time we ever had a bass conversation, I think.
it is.
It's always been Shredders just talking about guitar
I know.
and gear. It's never.
And I've never complained.
The bass.
We did have Bobby.
Yeah, when we had Bobby Pizzaferato on.
Yeah, we did
talk. So,
But Company Caravan, you said October 8th?
October is it 4th?
Wait,
October
maybe,
4th?
Yeah, it'd be 4th, yeah.
And October
And
18th.
18th. That was
That's
the other
right,
thing.
yeah.
Both Fridays. Yeah.
Yeah, check out Company Caravan on. You have a Facebook page? Just for
Facebook,
it?
Instagram. That's it.
Okay,
Oh,
I
YouTube.
missed.
We've got a YouTube.
Nice.
Our video is up there, and then I guess you can call it it is a single. Ignitor is our first track off of our 5-track EP. There might be a couple more songs. We don't know yet, but we're definitely writing more. Cue our video here by
It was the windows immediately. I was like, yeah, that's
Isn't
the
that
hall.
so cool? The windows are amazing. Yeah, Holly and Nick Flederis, good friends of mine from high school. Ethan, our drummer's little sister, is Holly, and he and Nick have been best friends for years and years and years. So it's like I said, we are very, very fortunate to have all of these creative outlets just in our pocket and able to do things like this with family, really.
That's awesome.
Including Waterfront Hall. Like, Waterfront Hall is our family.
Shout out to Dan.
Thank you, Dan. You know we love you.
listen, you guys, when Waterfront Hall come around, I mean, like the stars were aligned for everybody that you guys got involved in that place.
Yeah.
I mean, you have so many amazing people just in the core of it. I'm not talking about Avenue Eats or Woodfire. I'm just talking at the core between like Jan and McCormick and you
That
guys.
was like
and-
Tim just got back to the Valley too.
Yeah.
Like right before that
I mean,
happened.
just-
like the summer before, I think.
It just, it's so amazing down there. I love it.
Yay.
I'm
Yeah,
a big fan.
whenever Dan put that whole team together, like somehow, like you said, the stars just aligned. I don't know. Yeah.
It just worked. I don't know what happened. I don't.
Magic.
I came in like a month after it opened, and everybody had already like established like this family aspect.
right.
And so like I was being like the new person, like walking in there, you're nervous. Like you get nervous, like you want to fit in, you want to make sure that you're gonna be okay with this group of people. It was just the easiest. The easiest. I didn't have to do I was just totally myself. And they're just like, yep, that's Kaydon. And it works. It just works so well.
Everybody's just about everybody's got something to promote. Everybody has a band or a brand behind them, like Kyle with his comedy.
Yeah.
You know, with
Lots
the
of
guys in the
creativity.
open mics, and
Well, that was so when we applied for the job, one of the questions on our application was something about, do you have any background in theater? I think is what it was. Do you have any performance history or something like that? Because Dan believes, and I absolutely agree, that like being a bartender is a performance. Like you are,
absolutely.
you're putting on a show. You have to have a personality and not be afraid to talk to people and say what's on your mind. Be involved with the customers and that kind of thing. You have to have a really good personality to
performance and mixing,
do
because
it.
nobody wants to see somebody making drinks just hunched over, like
Yeah.
measuring everything out. They want to see know what you're doing, know like how
Yep.
much,
Oh,
how
they
many
love
ounces you
it.
pour.
They love it too. And I do too. Like I'll watch Rachel make drinks sometimes and like, that's so pretty. What is that? What are you making?
When we went there after the girls
Yeah.
did their first
That was a big wedding.
wedding, I said I wanted to take them down. I said, let's go down, we'll celebrate. And my wife got a pumpkin pie martini.
Mm-hmm.
First sip, she just like head swift, and she goes, you got to learn how to make this.
We can sneak you the recipe.
Okay.
They're really good.
But no, like I said, and every time that I've been down there, either Jake and I have gone down or we've gone down to eat, it's never like you don't walk in and there's like two people sitting at the bar. There's people in there constantly. So
Yeah, we got our regulars. We love them.
and to go back on what you said, it's such a cool place because especially from Jake and the podcast and everybody else, like so many people that I've met that you go down there and it's the same people sitting there promoting each other. It's kind of like a communal thing.
Yes.
That's just
Yeah, I think that's a big thing that Dan, when he established the building community, he wanted everybody to be a part of this thing. And yeah, every single time something like this happens, so I know that there are people that want to try to rent out the top space for like band things like this. We're trying to do more things to involve all of the local artists here in the Ohio Valley at Waterfront Hall, just to be like, this could be your place to feel like it's home. Like you want a home base.
You
we
guys
can help you.
set up there at one point.
There was
like a special night that you guys were there.
We did the DJ show. The sound waves. Yeah, we were up there.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we gotta do that again. That was fun because like Tim was like fishing for guests. Like he would go down, grab some people, come up to us in that room.
It's still, to me, that's still the one of the craziest interviews we ever did was
DJ Spot. He wasn't even part of the show. Tim thought he was part of the show. Brought him up.
He's eating a cheeseburger and
He's like, you guys into steam trains? And I looked at Scott. I'm like, yeah, you want to interview him? And he sat down. He's like, yeah, I just love the lineup of this show. I'm thinking he's not even in. He's not performing tonight.
He had just strolled up.
He's just this random guy.
Yeah. Well, he was also a DJ. He was coming to check out the show, but I think he's now into the OV DJ crew.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so.
But he was talking about how
funny.
he DJs in Maryland on a train car.
Cool.
It's something they
Yeah.
get down there, and he
Okay.
like instead of like a bar car, they have a DJ car on some train,
That's super cool.
and he does that. And he was talking about, which I was like, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. And then after he left, I'm like,
Who was that?
Yeah, I laugh because like even like DJ Louie, he'll throw his shades on and he's in character. Like he's not the same person.
Louie.
He's not the same person you talked to before. He's in character. And I remember he's down there going, Wheeling, we're making you wiggle.
Oh,
he's
absolutely.
like, come down here now. And I'm like, he knows we're not live, right? This is gonna air like 3 days from now. So you have a bunch of people showing up going, "Where's the DJ at?"
And they're rave
He's so
attire.
amped. Louis so amped about it. He's just so pumped. I love Louis.
Yeah.
Good dude.
We're getting there. We're getting close to doing a live broadcast.
Yeah, we
getting
were
close.
doing streaming.
Yeah. So it's
Layla and I
it's
tried it last night. We were playing Bluey, the video game, and I was streaming trying to get that webcam to work.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we love Bluey.
That's exciting.
It's gonna be fun. So as soon as we can start live streaming, that's gonna.
That'd be awesome.
Just a way like watch us, say on like Twitch as it's being recorded for a normal release. Something different.
Do you guys get nervous, like if it's like this is live?
I don't. It's been so long since it's been live for us, but I don't think I've.
You don't think you do it?
so.
It'll
I
be
think,
fine.
and like I said, going back, I mean, when you're on stage, and then my last years of active duty, I was stationed in DC, so I got involved in 2 theaters down there. So I've done theater, I've done TV shows, I've done played. I don't really get nervous about anything.
Yeah.
However, if I come and do jam night, I'd be.
That's the one thing.
Please.
That's the one thing you'd be
So
nervous
it's
for.
just- it's funny how like your brain works, and same thing I told Kyle. I said I would love to do open mic, like for the comedy thing.
Yeah.
I did it once in college, but like your concert, I was hammered. I don't remember
so
anything. Somebody from the student union got a hold of me. They were like, "Hey, can you do us?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like,
What
you
do
did
you
like
mean?
30 minutes stand up. I'm like, "Oh,
I
no,
did what?
No, never did it. I'm like, no.
Not anymore.
Those open mics, it's going to be like fresh material for everybody. They're not coming with their best set every time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're not going in with.
That is something I could not do. Like stand-up comedy. Like I think I'm just like funny in general, but like without
Yeah.
trying to do it. So like standing up on a stage and being like, okay, now you have to laugh at me. I would be like, no, that's not.
Yeah.
This isn't funny. I'm sorry. This is not funny.
Yeah.
It's not working. I'm just gonna leave, and that would be the show.
That would be like me watching Dane Cook. It just, I don't even chuckle.
No,
I thought he was funny when I was in
he
middle
used to be.
school.
Yeah, me too.
He was the man for a while. He was on everything.
Yeah.
but it was,
That
it
was
the
the
same
thing.
shtick over and over and over.
Oh,
and over
man.
and over and over again. It's
You're
just
right.
like,
You're right.
I do want to go see Brian Regan.
Yeah, at the
at the
Capitol.
Capitol.
I want to go see. I don't know who Brian Regan is, but it made me
Bunch of
think
dad jokes.
Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn is hilarious.
He's
Theo
going to be
Vaughn's killing
in Pittsburgh, I think, or like Columbus or something. And I would like to go see Theo Vaughn.
He interviewed Trump recently.
He did.
It was so funny because they were talking about the shooter, and Trump's like, worst in his shooting class. The terrible shooter missed by a mile.
Missed by a mile. They can't get me.
We won't dip into politics. Johnny Hawes' interview comes out today, and I'm sure we're going to get some flack. We always do. But that's all right.
Listen, I've done pretty good biting my tongue on stuff. So,
I got to do the same
yay to
thing.
me.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's better to
A
just
couple
kind
times I'm
of.
like,
Oh yeah, you got
No.
to. And working with people and working in the public, like you have to
Yeah.
bite your tongue. I don't want to talk about it. You have your views, I have my views, and somehow everything is gonna work out.
and sadly, that's the way I remember growing up. That's the way nobody ever talked. You never asked anybody who they were voting for.
Right.
Yeah, you have just as much of a right to not tell anybody who you're voting for, just as much as you have the
Absolutely.
right to.
But and the other thing is too as a society, we've lost the art to disagree
Yeah,
without hating somebody.
yeah, and it's so sad.
Like you were like, oh, I love Greta Van Fleet. I love Led Zeppelin, and I'm not a big fan of Greta
I
Van
also
Fleet.
love Led
But
Zeppelin.
I'm not gonna sit there going, I hate you because you like Greta Van Fleet.
I get it though. Like if you wanna dig into the Led Zeppelin Greta Van Fleet thing, I was not a fan of theirs for years because I was like they're trying to be Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, I dig them. I really.
They're
like
very
them.
heavily influenced. I will give you that. But I think we are very heavily influenced
We
by
do a lot of Zeppelin.
Zeppelin.
And
Yeah.
in
Greta
the same
Van
way.
Fleet.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just stick with music.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
like I
that
said, that's
music brings everybody back together.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I
Great
think that
communicator.
yes. Yes. Chili Peppers. Look at you.
Well, on that note,
Yep.
we'll do a wrap on this one. It was a great episode.
Absolutely.
Kate and Rachel, appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you guys for having
Appreciate
us.
you, and we can't wait to see you at the hall
Yes.
on the 25th of
Yes.
October.
Yay!
Cannot
Do
wait
like
for
we're
that.
bring
It's gonna be so cool.
costumes. Practice your
Yeah,
songs up.
Yes, everybody wear a costume. Get your karaoke
Amy
pants
and I have
on.
ours picked out already, so it should be interesting.
I'm gonna be wearing elf ears.
Just elf ears.
We'll see.
Okay. So, like I said, yeah, we got our costumes. I need to get him to dress up other than all black. So, unless you're going as Johnny Cash.
Oh.
I have that 80s wig.
There you go.
Probably Slash. He always wears black.
That's a good one too.
But yeah, we will be dressed up. I know.
Yes.
Friends of ours that we already told they're gonna dress up. So make sure you let all your friends know that even want to think about doing karaoke. Come down there. We'll fill that place.
Oh,
Open
it's
the
gonna be
doors.
fun.
I mean, we have our own like regulars that follow us. We know their set list. Like his dad will sing a bunch of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So even if we don't have a bunch of times at first, we have a rotation of people like hitting it. And once the liquid courage flows,
We've done shows before
yeah.
where it was the Scott, Amy, and Bill show. It was just the
Yeah.
three of us singing the entire until everybody gets their liquid courage. Then all of a sudden, then we can kind of stop singing and everybody else. will
Everybody
come up.
joins
But,
in. Yeah.
it's-
Yep.
But I think we all have had that too. You're the second song of the night. You're thinking, is anybody showing up? And by the like end of the third set, you're like, this place is packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
absolutely.
stick it out. Stick it out to the end. It gets better.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.